Howdy folks, and welcome to another Taste of Gameplay video, this time for the European Tier 5 Premium Destroyer, the Kalmar. As always, these videos are designed to give you a sample of the gameplay of the ship, not to be an exhaustive analysis. I recommend the Wargaming Wiki or other content creators. So, one of the really great things about doing this series is that every now and then I really find a diamond in the rough, and the Kalmar is one of those. I do not think I have ever played this ship. This ship was an intermediate reward for a dockyard that was in the game a long time ago that I must have completed. I don't know that I even remember getting the Kalmar. The problem, of course, with the Kalmar, as with all Tier 5 destroyers, is that it's completely overshadowed by the Fujin slash Kamikaze R, which I will say that after my initial hype from this game, because I really had fun in this game and I thought the Kalmar was super great, and I'm going to talk about all the great things about the Kalmar. I still think that on base, now that my enthusiasm has, had time to simmer, that the Fujin is still a better destroyer, but the Kalmar is super fun. So the Kalmar is kind of like a little Tier 5 like Holland, maybe, except honestly, arguably even better, just because what the Holland provides is interesting at Tier 10, but it's pretty extreme at Tier 5. So let's start with the obvious thing, which is that it goes super fast, especially for Tier 5. I've got it up to a base speed of, I think, 41 knots, but it also gets a speed boost, which is, I think, only 8%, but still, it pushes 45 knots when you've got the speed boost running, which is just amazing. And in Tier 5 games in particular, that is so huge because, like I've talked about before, you often need to play the whole map a lot more than you do at the higher tiers. In this game, we're going to have 3 or 4 players, I think. But Tier 5 is still a tier where you can find yourself in a game with just you against one player, and you have to zoop all around the map. And even if you're playing against a full team of players, being able to reposition is so important in this game. And then the torps. The torps are great. They are super fast. You can get them up to 84 knots. They go 10 kilometers, which is huge at Tier 5. That's 3 kilometers more than the Fujin. Now, they only do half the damage of the Fujin's torpedoes, but of course the Fujin is extreme in that regard. So these still do 7,500 damage, which is pretty good at Tier 5. Like, that's perfectly acceptable. And it's got heals. Now, like, what are the downsides of the ship? Well, it doesn't have any smoke. The turning radius is good. It's good. It's maneuverable, but it's not as good as the Fujin's. It doesn't have a ton of HP, but then it also has these heals. And then really the big downside is the guns. The guns are pretty bad. I guess I wouldn't say they're terrible, but they're pretty bad. You only get 3 of them. They reload every 8 seconds. They do okay damage. The dispersion is okay, but yeah, you're going to lose a gun duel to almost every destroyer in the game. But the thing is, at Tier 5, gameplay just works very differently. Like, you actually rarely get into those true one-on-one gun battles with a DD, and quite frankly, all DD guns at Tier 5, even the quote-unquote good ones, are just not that great. So what does the Fujin have that the Kalmar doesn't have? Well, it's got more HP, although it doesn't have the heals. It goes almost as fast. The torps hit twice as hard, although they only go 7 kilometers instead of 10 kilometers. And it has smokes. And the guns are better. They're still not amazing, but they're better. So, yeah, again, is the Kalmar a better ship? No, I don't think so. Watch me get this gorgeous battleship with a full rack of torpedoes, and we're up to 42k damage. But man, the Kalmar is fun. Like, the freedom of zooping around the map like this at I'm going 47 knots. I think that's because I have Brisk. Or it's not called Brisk for destroyers. Swift and Silence. 47, zooping around at 47 knots, launching 84 knot torpedoes that go 10 kilometers. I mean, that's just super fun. Like, who cares if the guns are bad? If you just don't get caught out by a destroyer, and if you do, run away. Launch torpedoes at him. The torpedo reload is pretty good. It's under a minute, I think. I forget what it is now. that I'm recording, but it's fine. It's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, it's just a fun ship, and it's kind of sad because I never played it before today. I don't think, probably because I always play the Fujin. I mean, of course, that's what you see there is both the good and bad side of the Kalmar. I hit 6 torpedoes on that battleship, but I didn't sink him. You know, in the Fujin, that guy would be absolutely dead struck with only probably 4 torpedoes. But of course, I launched from farther away than I could have in a Fujin. So yeah, there's so much you can do with a tier 5 destroyer like this. You can spot, you can cap, you can, you know, torment battleships, you can torpedo even destroyers sometimes because the torps go so quickly. I mean, it's just a fun, flexible ship. Just, you know, you don't have smokes, so don't get caught out. Don't go bow into an area that you don't know, you know, what's there. Try not to get surprised. Have good map awareness, and you know, you'll be fine. And if you take an occasional duel that you really didn't want to take, like with a destroyer, just run away and then use your heals to recuperate from it. I think I'm gonna sink this. Yoink that kill on the war canoe. That guy played pretty well, but yeah, 2 kills, 71k damage from here in the cap. Yeah, I feel like really good opportunities for battle impact. Oh man. Okhotnik torpedoes, 4.5 kilometers. Don't tell me he's gonna get 2 shots. Okay, I was like, jeez, don't tell me he's gonna hit 2 ships. Yeah, I mean, obviously this game was a blowout. You know, we would have won anyway. And there were some bots in this game, but I mean, still, I'm looking forward. I actually think I'm gonna play the Kalmar more, just on my own outside of the channel. I want to see how it does in a full game against all players. Because I had a lot of fun. There's obviously weaknesses. Yeah, I mean, the Fujin is still a better all-around destroyer, but I would say the Kalmar is the second best tier 5 destroyer I've ever played. I have to think about that. I mean, even the Okhotnik. I played the Okhotnik. I had a super fun time with her, but like, I don't think anybody would argue that that's really a good ship. I mean, you know, the torpedoes are a meme. The guns hit really hard, but they reload every 10 seconds. I just think staying outside of range and torping is just a better option for destroyers in general, and particularly at this tier. And I mean, you know, in this ship, you just really should never get spotted unless you're being spotted by something that you're about to destroy, like this battleship. Oh, buddy, what are you doing? He looks like he just sort of gave up on his ship, gave up on life for this round. Just send me back to port, please. Wish granted, my friend. Wish granted. So yeah, 87k damage, 3 kills, a victory. Awful good start for my Kalmar career. Do I recommend you pick up the Kalmar? Yeah. I don't know how you get it now. You may have it already and not even realize it if you did that particular dockyard. If you don't, and it's not too expensive in doubloons, yeah, I absolutely would recommend picking this one up. So yeah, this was a fun one. That's it for this ship, and I will see you guys in the next video.